Adonai told Moshe to give this order to the people of Israel. When you enter the land of Canaan, it will become your land to pass on as an inheritance, the land of Canaan as defined by these borders. Your southern portion will extend from the Sin Desert, close to the border of Edom. The eastern terminus of your southern border is at the end of the Dead Sea. From there your border goes south of the Achrabim ascent, and passes on to the Zin. From there it goes south of Kadesh Barnea on to Hatzar Adar and on to Etzmon. Then the border turns and goes from Etzmon to the Vadi of Egypt and along it to the sea. Your western border will be the Great Sea. Your northern border will be as follows. From the Great Sea marks a line from Mount Hor, and from Mount Hor marks a line to the entrance of Hamat. The border goes out to Zedad. Then the border goes to Ziphron, and finally to Hazar Enan. This is your northern border. And from the eastern border, mark your line from Hazir Enan to Shepham. Then the border goes down from Shepham to Rivlah on the eastern side of Ayin. Then go down until it slope east of Lake Kinneret. From there it goes down to Yarden River till it flows into the Dead Sea. These will be the borders of your land. Moshe gave the order to the people of Israel. This is the land in which you will receive the inheritance by lot, which Adonai has ordered to give the 9 tribes and a half tribe. The tribe of the descendants of Reuben have already received their land for inheritance, according to their clans, and so have the descendants of Gad and the half tribe of Manasseh. These 2.5 tribes have received their inheritance on this side of the Yarden across from Jericho and eastward toward the sunrise. Adonai said to Moshe, "These are the names of the men who will take possession of the land for you. Eleazar the Kohen and Yehoshua the son of Nun. Also appoint one leader from each tribe to take possession of the land. The names of these men are, from the tribe of Yehuda, Caleb the son of Yefunni. From the tribe of the descendants of Shimon, Shemuel the son of Immuhud. From the tribe of Benjamin, Elidad the son of Kislon. From the tribe of the descendants of Dan, a leader of Bukai the son of Ugli. The descendants of Joseph. From the tribe of the descendants of Manasseh, a leader, Hananel, the son of Ephod. From the tribe of the descendants of Ephraim, a leader, Kemuel, the son of Shiftan. From the tribe of the descendants of Zebulun, a leader, Elitzphan, the son of Parnach. From the tribe of the descendants of Yisachar, a leader, Paltiel, the son of Azan. And from the tribe of the descendants of Asher, a leader, Echehud, the son of Shlemoi. From the tribe of the descendants of Naphtali, a leader, Pedahel, the son of Ammihud. These are the ones whom Adonai ordered to divide the inheritance among the people of Israel in the land of Canaan. In the plains of Moab, by the Yarden across from Jericho, Adonai said to Moshe, "Order the people of Israel to go live in the Levi'im cities, to live in the heritage they will possess. And you are to give the Levi'im some of the open land surrounding the cities. These are to have the cities to live in, while their open land will be for their livestock, for growing crops, and for all their animals. The open land around the cities will give the Levi'im is to commence at a line drawn around the city wall 1,500 feet outside it and extend outward from there. Measure 3,000 feet outward from the city wall, east, south, west, and north, with the city in its center. The space between the wall to the east, south, west, and north, with the city in the center. The space between the 1,500-foot line and the 3,000-foot line will be the opening land around their cities. The cities you give the Levi'im are to be 6 cities of refuge to which you permit the person who kills someone to flee to, plus an additional 42 cities. Thus you will give the Levi'im 48 cities with their surrounding opening land. As to the cities you will give from the people of Israel, possess From the many you will take many, and from the few you will take few. Each tribe will contribute from its cities to the Lev-am, and according to the size of their inheritance. Adonai said to Moshe, "Tell the people of Israel, when you cross from the Jordan into the land of Canaan, you are to designate for yourselves cities that will be cities of refuge for you, to which anyone who kills someone by mistake can flee. These cities are to be a refuge from the dead person's next of kin, who might otherwise avenge his kinsman death by slaying the killer prior to his standing trial before the community. In regard the cities you are to give, there are to be 6 cities of refuge for you. You are to give 3 cities east of the Jordan and 3 cities in the land of Canaan. They will be the cities of refuge. These 6 cities will serve as refuge for the people of Israel, as well as for the foreigner and the resident alien with them, so that anyone who kills someone by mistake may flee there. However, if he hits him with an iron implement and thus causes his death, he is a murderer. The murderer must be put to death. Or if he hits him with a stone in his hand big enough to kill someone and he dies, he is a murderer, and the murderer must be put to death. Or if he hits him with a wooden utensil in his hand capable of killing someone and he dies, he is a murderer. The murderer must be put to death. The next of kin adventure is to be put the murderer to death himself. Upon meeting him, he is to put him to death. Likewise, if he shoves him out of hatred or intentionally throws something at him, causing him his death, or out of hostility strikes him with his hand so that he dies, then he who struck him must be put to death. He is a murderer, and the next of kin avenger is to put the murderer to death upon meeting him. But suppose he shoves him suddenly but without hostility, or he throws something at him unintentionally, or without seeing him, being his enemy, or seeking to harm him, he throws a stone big enough to cause death, and the person dies. Then the community is to judge between the one who struck him and the next of kin avenger in accordance with these rules. And the community is to save the killer from the next of kin avenger. And the community is to return to him the city of refuge to which he fled. And he is to live there until the Kohen Haggadah, who anointed him with the holy oil, dies. But if the avenger goes beyond the limits of the city of refuge he fled to, and the next of kin avenger finds him outside the city limits of refuge, and the avenger kills the killer, he is not guilty of the man's blood, because he must stay in the city of refuge until the death of the Kohen Haggadah. But after the death of the Kohen Haggadah, the killer may return to the land he owns. These things shall constitute your standard for judgment throughout all your generations, wherever you live. If anyone kills someone, the murderer is to be put to death upon the testimony of witnesses. But the testimony of only one witness not suffice to cause a person to be put to death. Also, you are not to accept a ransom in lieu of the life of a murderer condemned to death. Rather, he must be put to death. Likewise, you are not to accept for someone who has fled to his city of refuge a ransom that would allow him to return to his land before the death of the Kohen. In this way, you will not defile the land in which you are living, for the blood defiles the land, and in this land no atonement can be made for the blood shed in it except the blood of him who shed it. No, you are not to defile the land in which you live and in which I live, for I, Adonai, live among the people of Israel. The leaders of the clans of the families of descendants of Gilad, the son of Mechor, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the descendants of Yosef, approached and addressed Moshe and the leaders, the heads of the clans of the people of Israel. They said, Adonai ordered my Lord to give by lot the land to be inherited by the people of Israel. And my Lord was ordered by Adonai to give the inheritance to our kinsman, Zelophehad, to his daughters. But if they get married to anyone belonging to another of the tribes of the people of Israel, then their inheritance will be taken away from their inheritance and our ancestors, and will be added to the inheritance of the tribe which they belong to. Thus, it'll be taken away from the sum total of our inheritance. And when the Yovel of the people of Israel comes, their inheritance will be added to the land possessed by the tribe that they belong to, and subtracted from the inheritance belonging to the tribe of our ancestors. Moshe gave this order to the people of Israel in keeping with the word of Adonai. The tribe of the descendants of Yosef is right in what it says. Here is what Adonai has ordered concerning the daughters of Zelophehad. Let them be married to whomever they think best, but they must marry only into a family from their father's tribe. In this way, no inheritance of the people of Israel will move from one tribe to another, for each of the people of Israel is to hold on to the land for inheritance belonging to his father's tribe. Every daughter who possesses an inheritance in any tribe of the people of Israel is to become the wife of someone from the family of her father's tribe, so that every one of the people of Israel will stay in possession of his ancestors' inheritance. Thus, no inheritance will move from one tribe to another, for each of the tribes of the people of Israel will hold on to its own inheritance. The daughters of Zelophehad did as Adonai had ordered Moshe. Machlah, Tizra, Hagla, Milcah, and Noah all got married to the sons of the father's brothers. They were married to the families of the descendants of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of their father's family. These are the mitzvot and the rulings which Adonai gave through Moshe to the people of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho.